of Zilean Malphite before the most recent balance patch, and nothing in here got hit by balance changes, and this felt like a pretty reasonable mid-range deck last time. You've got things like Chip and Rockhopper and Merciless Hunter and Sandspinner to apply a little bit of pressure, and you've got things like Hush and Ground Slam and Stonebreaker to apply a little bit of interaction. So let's go ahead and jump on into some games with this and see how it goes. We had a chance to Pale Cascade into Grappling Hook. Is that true? Had I already played a card? You're correct. I did have the out to do that. I think we're gonna full mulligan here, just looking for the lower stuff on our curve. Don't have any 1s or 2s there. Perfect. So Zilean's a really neat champion design. So he creates these time bombs in your deck, which is a very powerful landmark. It draws a card when it comes into play and then deals 1 to all of your enemies. And then he predicts after he does it. So he has a chance to fish up the landmark he puts in right away. And then Rockhopper here is actually a really great draw. So we get to go Chip into Hopper now. And Hopper's landmark pumps us up to a 3/3. So we get to attack for 6 on 2 here. I guess we'll kill their 0-1. Yeah, I think which 2 champions you play in this deck could fill in a couple of different ways. I agree that Ashkin and Talia are both reasonable choices. I really like Zilean. Malphite's been fine. Him creating unstoppable forces is decent closing power in the late game.
Quick hands make quick work.
Wow, all this walking. Snow on my feet, rain on my head.
A little bit Chip aggro chat. I don't think I want to see and spinner a 2-1 here, so just go ahead and smash in. You got it. Getting in some chip damage, yeah. I really liked Zilean Precipic. It gives you kind of like this trump in the late game that's really pleasant. And his animation is gas. I think I kind of like grabbing an Ancient Prep here. We need to have 4 landmarks come into play for Stonebreaker and more landmarks for Malphite, and this is a predict card that can help us find more of those. Hopefully they play like Viego this turn so we can play Sandspinner down.
Gotta find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
That's unfortunate. You can skip on your predicts, and honestly, I think... No, I guess I'm not, actually. The Unraveled Earth will give us what we need for Stonebreaker to pop off. And then the question is, do I want to Bacardi Spinner this turn just for the sake of using my resources? What is about Malphite that makes you want to try another champ? That was Precipic in chat that was saying we might want something else. Well, I assume they're about to trade. I assume they're about to have a 4-3 each chip.
Wrap 'em up tight.
Yeah.
Hunt down.
The other thing is, I can Stonebreaker next turn. I think it's important. I think we're probably the beatdown against Viego Nasa, so I'm going to spend my resources here. And then honestly, we might just like open next turn, like put the vulnerable enchantments, their landmarks into play, and then ship with all of these, have this trade into here, and then hit them for 8 down to 6. Then we have like Stonebreaker into Malphite potentially. It's actually a decent pickup too, because now if they don't give us something to Stonebreaker, we can spend some more of our resources for the turn. Sure.
Arda's gonna make a meal of 'em.
Do we just Stonebreaker so they have to play something else? Does 2 to their Nexus as well?
Spike's not a morning person.
Spike's not a morning person, shit. This card was really impressive last time we played this deck. Honestly, Precipic, I feel like I just want to find like the best chip Stonebreaker deck in the format. I don't know what the other like 34 cards you play are, but like Stonebreaker has just been like a banger every time I've played it. I just want to play 3 copies of it in something. I'm a sucker for a Flame Tongue Kavu, yeah. You're playing Ace Soul in the top end. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, ton of options. Hello, little pebble. So, the vulnerable landmark hits the second thing that comes into play because the thing putting it into play is a plays trigger. So the thing, the second thing is technically hitting the battlefield first because it's entering play as the other card is being played. So there's a difference between a plays trigger and a when I'm summoned. Alright, so Turbo Thralls here from the opponent. We're definitely the beatdown of this matchup. Super happy to have 1-2. Would prefer a chip, but beggars shan't be choosers. Opponent's archetype is notably a deck that tends to play things like Avalanche. So things with 3rd points of toughness are nice. Go grab Merciless Hunter for that reason. So I'm gonna play Blue Sentinel here over Rockhopper because they have a mana banked here. And I want to be able to apply pressure, so I don't want to put multiple things into play here that die to an avalanche that deals 2 to everything. So I'm gonna play this with no targets just so we can get pressure down. An attack for 8 here sounds great. My opponent, I guess I could have a... Yeah, no Lysandrian is really good for us. Yeah, no Thralls in general.
Quit struggling.
Trade. He's probably gonna trade at some point anyways. Like, little medium if they have like a Frostbite, but if they Frostbite here, I can go Zilean Rockhopper and then open attacks. Nailed the time bomb in the first hit, chip. You love to see it. So I'm not going to attack with Zilean because I don't want to lose Zilean to an avalanche. I'm going to attack with the rest of these, though.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Huh. Does this resource system lead to more consistency of magic? Yeah, a ton more. There's no resource variance in this game, and the way you carry mana over across turns also helps you mitigate curve variance too. Like here, for example, I think I might just not do anything this turn, but instead of losing 5 mana, I'm only going to lose 2 because 3 will carry over. This will give me an extra resource next turn, so I could actually play Malphite next turn. So I think we just pass and then plan to Malphite.
I'm sorry to say, time isn't really an illusion.
I am very strong like a mountain because I am a mountain.
His voice lines get me every time. I am strong like a mountain because I am a mountain. So the extra mana can only be spent on spells, but there are decks that build around playing spells ahead of curve by saving mana. So this will level once we get Time Bomb. Yeah, we played the opponent's archetype the other day on stream. There's a video on the YouTube channel of it, and we had a lot of games like this where we just like sat there and spun our tires and didn't do anything. It was not super exciting.
Nothing stays, Lysandra. Not even winter.
I am Eternal Keeper, and winter does as I bid it.
I kind of want to double Time Bomb into Zilean.
I will go this way.
Okay, and now they don't have an avalanche to kill this, so I could just go Time Bomb, Time Bomb. Speaking of animations, this one's great.
Present and future. All in my hands.
So leveled Zilean here says, round start, create fleeting copies of every card I saw you play the last turn. Which is pretty great. So let's go ahead and Stonebreaker here. Spike does not look happy. So now we get an extra spike here. You're going to have a board overlay. It does, yeah. If you were watching from the Magic segment, you might need to refresh your stream for it to load, because Twitch doesn't always like it when you switch midway. I think I want to start with a chip here, huh? Chip off the old block. Like mountain, like hill. Huh. So they can advance this if they want, but I have this unstoppable force, right? So I think we'll start with ground slam here. And then we can ground slam here, and then we can unstoppable force in case they want to make some thralls. They should just be dead here. They can only frostbite. So this is gonna end it here. So let's do this, right? And even if they frostbite this, they still die. Didn't even need our Zilean value.
Just as I thought.
Honestly, it makes me chuckle whenever I hear someone say mobile games can't have good animations, because, like, you can play Runeterra on your cell phone and your tablet, right? And, like, it still just looks this gorgeous. Yeah, this deck, that's our second time playing this deck, Bushu's, and it was great last time, too. I like it a lot. So Johnny Twisted Fate. That's interesting. I think we're going to full mulligan here looking for our lower curve. SF96. Thanks for the follow. You're having a wonderful afternoon. Nice. Perfect. Skip on these. I already have a 2-drop lined up. Who owns the NFT? Asking the real questions. Plunder Pirate? For a price.
I can write. I will run you over. Safety will cost you.
Are they... Is, like, Sajani their only Frel card? I've been playing Garchomp in Pokemon Unite. think I'm in for Presivarium here, because I want to hit 2 more landmarks for this. I want to be a little defensive here. Sajani usually implies something kind of aggressive. It might have even been right to, like, ground stomp this one as well. See what this picks up for us. It's not terrible. Can give vulnerable to someone else that they play here.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
Generating a gem is really good, huh? That's also pretty good. Triggers their Sajani level up, and it means I have to trade here when I attack. Originally, this was gonna get to eat this, and this would eat this, but now I gotta do this. I guess I could trade this here and, like, not give them this yet, but... Is it crazy to just not attack? Our attacks just don't seem great. Yeah, just chill. Yeah, I can always block next turn.
Dead meat.
You again?
If I just take 6 and play the time bomb now, I think I'm in for that. Stonebreaker is ready to smash.
Pride was my end, as it will be yours.
Yeah, Sajani seems pretty good in the format. What do you think's the best Sajani deck at the moment? Press pick. Just the Turbo GP Sedge? Yeah, that makes sense. We played against that Tuesday when we were playing Runeterra. Seems pretty reasonable. Monster Harpoon is so good. It's a lot of damage for very little mana. So, Time Bomb pops off, kills a bunch of their stuff.
Here comes the chip.
Here comes the chip.
Deal me in. Who says I don't share?
Now, their Sajani is leveled.
Hey, Spike. Nice, Spike.
I'm out. There's plenty of killing left.
Follow me.
So if they have Sajani, Stonebreaker plus Ground Slam, team up to kill her at least. Interesting. They didn't trade here. The no trade must imply Sajani, right?
Yeesh, talking without me.
Oh, Twisted Fate. Yeah, that makes sense. They're about to drop it in gold red card beam. They're setting up a bunch of one toughness
Never
things.
lost a fair game.
Yeah, that's fine, right?
Something for all of you.
We are down to 8 here. Getting pretty low at this point. Just a Twisted Fate enabling their... Oh, I just clicked so quickly. I should have played Rockhopper. We gotta use this now. They're gonna get to draw another card with this here.
Sun's beneath me and winds behind me.
Conan's taking all our stuff, chat. That's pretty good.
If it's ready, you got caught.
Huh. Wonder if they realized I could make that block. Because normally it says can't block, but you can force things to say can't block to block with vulnerable.
Bounty Bowl knows me name.
Okay. Time Bomb hits them for 1 and draws a card, so I think I'm pretty happy to drop that down.
I need more hands.
Huh?
Observe the price of ambition.
The Winter's Claw endures! You own what you take.
Alright, well I have Hush to keep this off me for a turn. Okay. So it's probably gonna come down to their top deck next turn, right?
Stand and fight!
Gather round, gather round.
Humble yourself.
Alright. Chipping a chair, chat. The Time Bomb's gonna kill these. Is there any reason to Time Bomb before I Malphite? Yeah, I guess I could draw a Hush to Hush Sajani so she can't wipe the attack off of this.
Only place to go is down. Remember that, Craig.
No! Oh, we were this close. We were so close, yet.
That happened so fast.
Needed one brick there. One more point of life. I mean, like, they're supposed to wait to play it, because, like, they don't know what's in our deck list, right? We could have had, like, a guiding touch or, like, a starlet, whatever. So, until I make them have it, they should definitely sit on it. So I don't think my opponent was wrong to not just, like, jam. Mulligan these looking for something cheaper. Maybe I keep Merciless Hunter. They're probably pretty aggressive with LeBlanc. In this chat, we Space Jam. They just remade that movie, right? It had a new release somewhat recently. Oh, they're LeBlanc Yetis. It's probably bad for us. Actually, it probably depends on how good their draw is. My experience against the Yeti deck is their good draws are unbeatable, and their mediocre draws don't really do a whole lot. It's a very high rolly deck. Yeah, it's a 2 or 10 deck. It's a great way to put it. I'm gonna get Zilean down this turn, because I'd like to get to my time bombs ASAP, potentially. Ground Slam sounds good.
Haven't I been here before? Patience.
Space Jam 2 is basically a feature-length commercial. Is there a little bit of product placement in it? Okay.
If it's made of sand, I can ride it. I will run you over.
Alright, big bucks, no frostbite. We have Brittle Steel here. I don't think they usually play that card. I guess Troll Chant is possible. Definitely in the range of stuff they could play. Alright. I'd like a Spike or two. It could be probably one of our better draws here. Interact with the board and create a big presence for ourselves.
One minute catch.
I just trade this for the 3/3 and keep their board small. I could also use the Shapestone to trade up into here. Pass and see what they do. They stand to lose more mana than me. The turn ends here. They lose 3 and I only lose 1. And our board presence isn't that far behind what they're doing. And like I'm in a decent position to use spell mana with things like Ground Slam. Okay, perfect. So now I get to go ahead and Merciless Hunter this one.
Gonna find a gift for an actin', right, Arda?
Well, there's a Yeti. There's a Stonebreaker. Okay. So Zilean hasn't seen any bombs go away yet.
Dead meat.
So I think we do this. And then Spike can kill this Yeti. What kind of combat tricks they got here?
Time is wasting.
Time is wasting, opponent. Listen to Zilean. He knows what's up. I want to draw some of our higher impact cards at this point, like basically just hoping to draw Stonebreakers and Malphites at this point of the game. Honestly, drawing another Zilean wouldn't be terrible because there's already 3 time bombs in our deck. It's like if we find a if this is a troll chant, our blue sentinel can still finish this next turn, which is nice. Bloody business, sure. Fair trade. Okay, so we can predict here, and then Unraveled Earth will get to draw us a card. I think we skip on this, right? This is none of that kind of expensive top end that I said I was looking for. Although I guess Cardi Spinner can kill one of these because it gives -1 attack, and then it exists to kill a Yeti afterwards. Yeah, maybe I actually am in it for Spinner.
These stories were true.
The soul wears away like grains of sand.
The soul wears away like grains of sand. So, this is vulnerable, so we can force it to block. So if we get to eat this here and then trade these here next turn, I've got Ground Slam to answer this. We do still need to draw another high-ish impact card. It's kind of a blowout.
Only human.
We have a really solid open attack next turn now. This still isn't a 2/2 yet. Okay, there's a Malphite. I think I wait on this, and we go ahead and we Ground Slam this to keep our life total up a little bit here. Opponent is a Noxious deck, so they could have a little bit of reach, so I don't really want to go to 1. This eats this next turn, and then I've got a 2/2 here as well. We'll get to bank a little bit of spell mana. Oh, man, that's gross. Ugh. Rally effects are... feels bad. I feel like rally effects are like the Runeterra version of take an extra turn, since the only thing that really matters on your turn in Runeterra is the ability to attack since you're playing every turn. Are very, very, very powerful. And they use that effect a lot, right? There's a lot of cards that basically say take an extra turn. At least our extra turns don't spawn birds. That's true. Okay, so Viego, Ionia, almost assuredly a control deck. So this 1/2 sounds fine. Gonna mulligan these, looking for 3s and 4s, or other 1s and 2s to curve earlier. Fantastic. I would much rather play Chip on 1 than Presivarium. Although, I suppose, if I put them on being a Vile Feast deck, is it wrong to lead on this? Yeah, I'm actually gonna play Ancient Prep this turn. So that way Chip doesn't die to Vile Feast. That's true. That extra turn did come with the 5/5. Do I want a Stonebreaker? So this is landmark 2/3. I'm gonna take the Ancient Prep here. Ancient Prep, once this dies, gives me a gives me a Stonebreaker activation.
Jargon is so big.
Jargon is so big. Huh. You know, honestly, I'm just going to take another chip here, and we'll be pretty aggressive next turn, right? This is going to be a 2. Chip will be another 3. We'll get to play Blue Light Sentinel. We'll get to crack for 10 on turn 3.
Blue is like me, except very different in every way. Take the high ground. Rock solid.
So these are a strike trigger, so they're going to get to reduce things cost twice when I attack in here, but I think that's fine. They have a Vile Feast? They almost attacked last turn, which makes me think they have a Vile Feast. I am definitely smashing. I'm pretty sure we're the beatdown against anything Viego.
Intruder, get him.
So we're at 2 out of 4 landmarks towards Stonebreaker here.
Bring the others. Affirmative.
Yep, there's the feast that we expected was coming. We'll see if they have their 4-mana 3/3 for Viego.
The whole world.
Just Viego himself, huh?
Gonna find a gift for Renekton. Right, Arda? That's right. Run!
They have a way to kill their own spider here. End up in a medium spot. Be very quiet. We're hunting Viegos. Oh, and this doesn't save him now because he's hushed. Sick. So if they would have done that the other way, if they would have led on that, I probably would have hushed this, and they could have gotten me with Twin Disciples. I think maybe a little bit of a missequencing on my opponent's part there. Alright, we're 1 landmark off, a Spike getting frisky. It's a decent pickup. They have another Viego. We get to go ahead and just tag it with that.
Oh, you're my favorite rock and also color.
Blue's pretty cool, chat. Da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die. Hi, hi, hi. Yeah, I saw the win rates on the Viego decks. Looked like they left a little to be desired. Are they feel smart decks? It looked like they were pretty popular. Definitely just open on attacks here. Pretty big push. And then this gives us the 4th landmark for Stonebreaker here. They have Grixis feelings. That's great. Easy pass here. I'm super far ahead on board. Malphite! My favorite mountain-shaped champion. You got him. What are the odds they're a Ruination deck? Non-zero? Maybe I should have just passed there. Okay, there's a strong chance my opponent's playing a Ruination deck, chat. Okay, well, that leveled Malphite. So do I just, like, Stonebreaker, put them to 5, and then, like, play Malphite next turn? Stonebreaker is Hearthstone lethal. Do I play around second Ruination, or do I play around Vengeance? I think Vengeance is more likely than second Ruination, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get second Ruinated and feel bad about it, but... Yeah, they probably have Concussive Palm, or Ionia's Will of Ionia. So, I think we do this, and just hope there's not a second sweeper. No, you missed the memo. We're unstoppable. Malphite's gonna rock your world, baby. Yeah, he's really strong. What? Second rude. Alright, fine. Fine.
Sometimes the bad hits back.
Bad.
It is a good day to be Malphite.
It is. Isn't it always a good day to be Malphite, chat? When is it not a good day to be Malphite? Ah, mid-range rough. Rock always wins, nothing beats rock. Mulligan. Speaking of rock, I think we're gonna mulligan rock hopper here. Keep the rest of these. It's a sweet sleeve. I wish I could zoom in on the sleeve artwork. I know it like zooms briefly when they draw, but I'd like to be able to like right click on it and pull it up. I think I just want all the Presivariums in this matchup. Pretty sure just every draw to is good here.
Once I stamp papers, now faces.
Now faces. Ground slam seems absurd in this matchup.
Now, when am I?
What am I? You! When is it?
Can you improve perfection?
When am I? March 2020. Zilean. It's been a long year.
I'm ready. Hey, take it.
If there's anybody just dropping in, thanks for hanging out for some Runeterra today. Today's Runeterra segment is sponsored by Prime Gaming, so make sure if you are checking out Runeterra,
System of
you can get a free epic wildcard by using your Prime Gaming. Drawing second Zilean is actually pretty sweet because it puts more time bombs in my deck. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say welcome to the slam here to Draven. And then I think I'm gonna bounce this off of here because with second Zilean coming eventually, we're pretty likely to find a time bomb to clean this out later. Speaking of cards I like in this deck, like, not only is Spike really good, Rockbreaker, but Ground Slam is just, like, a pretty good rate card for Runeterra. Both the stun and the deal 3 are so good. Nah, I think they gotta use removal on Zilean. Just think, like... I think that worked out fine. Hey, 6 time bombs in the deck. Do I take time bomb or do I take Zilean 3, assuming Zilean 2 is gonna die? like, strong odds Zilean 2 eats it here, right? I guess the time bomb is good into this.
Is always the same.
It could be right to take Zilean 3 there. I do have this to protect Zilean 2. Listen, chat. Sometimes you get to have your cake and eat it too, okay? Sometimes you get to have your cake and eat it too. Easy. Easy game. Now I just do that, right? Now I just block. And then play Zilean 3.
Kathia is depending on me.
System upgrade. Join me if you want to live.
They're gonna murder my boy, chat. They have a kill target damage unit here, I'm sure. Yeah, it went full scorched earth.
Kathia.
Malphite is an aces pickup here. Especially after they burned a Scorched Earth. I think I want to set this up for next turn. This Unraveled Earth.
Wow, wow, all this walking.
Wow, wow.
Oh, you're my favorite rock and also color.
Everything's easier behind a mask.
Everything is easier behind a mask, chat. Be responsible and wear your mask when you go out. I don't think Twitch would be upset with me encouraging mask usage during a sponsored segment because they're actually having Fauci on, the official Twitch.tv channel, to talk about vaccines and encourage people to get their vaccination. It was really cool to see. I believe it's 4 o'clock today, 2 p.m. Central.
Malphite. I am Malphite.
Don't blink or you miss me.
Will Fauci be in a hot tub, though? Asking the real questions.
I don't miss.
Yeah, Malphite doesn't miss either. Slam.
Uh-oh, landslide.
That actually pairs really well with the Unstoppable Force, because we're gonna get to use this to kill this after we stun it. So I think we Sand Spinner the Draven here, and then Chip can trade into here. What is this targeting? I mean, I guess I don't have any responses, but it looks like it's... Oh, I can see on the eye. You can see in the eye.
Sit tight and shut up.
That's true. Maybe we just smack them for 9. I don't know. I kind of like taking the Draven out of play. The axes can get annoying. Will you break this siege? He might. Although Malphite's got a big booty. Beep, beep, beep. I guess I could Barracardi into this, but no, they just axe and kill it, right? So let's just trade chip here. I think I just let this happen because they have like static shocks and stuff, so like saving that with 1 life doesn't seem particularly great. Yeah, stunned units still strike, they just normally can't block, but you can make a vulnerable stunned unit block. I agree, it does feel like a flavor fail. And the 1 damage from the bomb lets Malphite eat this, which is great. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, that's the bullshit right there. So, yeah, Tri-Beam. Tri-Beam's a hell of a card. We do almost have lethal. I think my plan here is ground slam this, and then trade here, play out both of these, and then next turn play second Malphite, and then get ready to attack. So I think that's my plan. I'm going to... I could also do this to wipe an attack off of here. I don't think that really matters. This game's ending before they can cast all of their decimates.
Right, Arda?
You get a stun when you summon Malphite. So we'll have a stun next turn, even if we play Malphite next turn. For reference.
Sometimes the bad gets back.
Oh, I guess if I was gonna do this regardless, I should have gained 1. Yeah.
The soul wears away like grains of sand.
Yes, this is a Malphite.
Stop running.
And now I have to do this into here, right? So I don't die to overwhelm. Yeah, and I have to position myself to have lethal on open attacks. And this is a burn spell, we're dead. Do I play Ancient Prep? I feel like I should. Am I? If they go Decimate, Decimate next turn, and they don't, I just, like, assume they don't have another burn spell, right? Because, like, I have this. I have Stonebreaker to kill something. Well, we just don't Malphite, right? I have Stonebreaker to kill something plus steal 2, and then I have this to push damage as well on the following turn on open on burst. And I'll take a Time Bomb here, technically pushes the damage also, and this is going to be a 2/2 on my next turn. So I think if they don't have a burn spell or like an Ezreal here, we're actually okay. I think if they're playing, if all they are is on these Decimates, we're actually kind of fine. Yeah, so we lost to RNGesus on the Tri-Beam, right? Like, if they hadn't gotten second Captain Pharaon, I think we win that game pretty easily. Like, we're just like +4 life there. They just don't have Decimate number 3. Or another giant overwhelm unit. It was 1 in 19 to hit second Captain Pharaon. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I think Tri-Beam's probably the highest variance competitive card in Runeterra, right? I think there's some other ones that are probably higher variance in a vacuum, but in terms of ones that see competitive play, I think Tri-Beam's probably the most gameplay. Honestly, with this champion lineup, it might be right to keep both these Merciless Hunters.
If it's made of sand, I can write. You got caught.
You got caught. Tradesies? Tradesies 2 drops? I'm gonna pass here, because if they want to play a 3-mana champion or a 2-mana champion, we'll Merciless Hunter it. And if they just want to, like, bank spell mana, my deck's really good at using spell mana. Dreadway was the only other one we lose to. Okay, so we were like 2 out of 19 to die there, basically. Okay. It's like 10-ish%. A little more.
Do not hear the shrouded path.
So I can play Rockhopper, which gives me a landmark, so I can then ground slam Zed here.
Only the worthy survive.
Watch me.
And the nice part about this is even if they have Twin Disciples here, this still stuns it, right? So I still get to tempo this out of combat and not have it level if they have the protection here. They could have a deny, would be exceptionally bad for me. Maybe I'm supposed to block with this in the event that they have deny to prevent the level up. I could see that being correct here. Yeah, maybe a small mistake on my part. Sure. So that saves it, but takes out of combat. And then this being saved isn't really saved for long because I'm gonna have Hunter next turn for it.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton.
Right, Arda?
And then with the Shapestone here, even if they have some kind of protection spell, we should be good to go here.
If it's made of sand, I can ride it.
We'll get our licks in.
Out of my way. My board!
Lulu! Where'd she go?
Where'd she go?
Arda's gonna make a meal of them.
No, chat. We really need an unraveled earth here, huh? We've got these stone boys. This is our first time getting spike stranded this set. Been playing for over an hour.
You know real value when you see it, my friend.
Pride was my end.
And you get vulnerable, and you get vulnerable. Everybody gets vulnerable, chat.
Taken.
I think Unraveled Earth is good. I don't think I want to play more than 2 of them, because it's kind of clunky on filling board slots up. But it is good at, like, it's a single card that enables Stonebreaker. And, like, this deck has Predict from Zilean and the Ancient Preparation, so you find your 2 copies with some consistency when you want them.
Follow me!
Speaking of... yeah, the fact that it replaces itself, easily the best thing about it.
Stands beneath me and winds behind me. What is it for you?
So, unfortunately, gonna have a really resource inefficient turn, but the opponent's turn was just as inefficient, which can be our saving grace. So this is landmark number 3 here towards Spike. And if we can get these spikes enabled, I think we should be in a pretty good spot. This card hits really well in these creature mirrors, so long as if we can avoid getting combo killed. This might be a Shapestone on both sides. Yeah, their hand must just be a bunch of combat tricks. Why do you call them spikes? Because Chip calls him Spike when they come into play via the voice line. So it is canon that his name is Spike. Damn it, Spike. Do I just play one of these to attack for 6 next turn?
Hey, Spike. Nice, Spike.
He has a spike, chat.
We love it when they run.
Come on, landmark. Read.
I got go. Quit struggling. Hunt. Off we go.
Slow down. Their Severe is leveled. Landmark. Oh no. They have nothing, right? I should play my cards out. I think the odds of them having Severe and just like
Blue is like me, except very different in every way.
blue's like a landmark if you squint. That's true.
Papa, big as a mountain and
Twice as strong. Ah, good memory chip.
follow me.
see every move.
Oh no!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Without a sound. I found the foundations.
Hey, Spike! Nice, Spike.
Yeah, they need severe this turn, right? I shouldn't hush here, right? There's no reason to. I want to save the hush in case they have something else crazy. It's like we're not dead to this. We're not dead to this by even a little bit. So I'm gonna save the hushes, break glass in case of emergency.
This way! Go!
Moments before the accident, chat. Moments before the accident.
It is a good day to be Malphite.
To be Malphite. You like hushing, but you're Twitch chat. Yeah. Even if they had leveled a champion, we had the hush. I feel like I wouldn't mind like a touch more predict to help us find our landmarks a little more consistently. I know we ended up pulling through there, but our opponent's draw was like also a little bit awkward. Careful prep's kind of sweet. To play, place a card from your hand into your deck, then predict and create an exact copy of the chosen card in hand. Is this card playable? It seems like you're technically spending 2 cards to get 1 card. Yeah, it creates an exact copy of the predicted card. And I feel the reason why I think this might be okay is like in the mid to late game, if you skip, you don't get a card. Yeah, that's true. Like Vagabond. I don't know what that does. Uh-oh. Huh. I guess that's technically a landmark, huh? I don't hate this. Honestly, Blue Sentinel's been a little awkward because it doesn't pop itself proactively. What if I trim a Blue Sentinel and like a Bacardi Sand Spinner? We play a couple of Vagabonds. Makes the curve look pretty nice too. I trimmed a 2 and now we're at 9 threes. Yeah, I like that. Let's try a couple of Vagabonds. That sounds nice. It's like another reasonably playable card that like happens to like landmarks. Sure. Looks real good here, right? It's gonna enable chip on 3.
Here I am, there I am. Up I go.
Ashkin seems like such a weird champion to only play 1 copy of. But, I mean, also if you're just gonna have it on 2, it's probably great. Oh, you know, I should probably play Rock Hopper here, right? To make my chip a 3/3. Super into ground slams. Yeah, I think I should have done this last turn.
If it's made of sand, I can ride it.
This is what you drop. Yeah, I really like the consistency Zilean provides, though.
Love it when they what is it for you?
I feel like... What's the word I'm searching for? I feel like... Zilean helping predict is part of the reason why Rockbreaker is playable in this deck. I think if they want to burn my mana here, I'm fine with that. It's no attack from their thing.
Arda's gonna make a meal of them.
This card seems really powerful. Especially if you curve Talia into it. Like if they have Talia next turn, I don't think we can win, right?
Wrap 'em up tight.
Yeah, like if they Talia next turn, they're gonna get like 2 rock bears on my turn, and then they're gonna get +2/+2 to 2 different things.
I
Yeah.
will leave my own path.
Must be nice living off stolen coin.
Distance means so little when family means so much.
Sun's beneath me and wind's behind me.
Yeah, I think we're just dead here, right? I guess I could do this and only take 4.
My board!
It's a big rock bear chip. Huh? Yeah, without a... Yeah, we just didn't really have any counterplay there, huh? Just got thoroughly outclassed. It definitely feels like we got bigger fish there, right? Like, Both of these decks have some similar things going on, but their mid-rangey deck goes a little bit bigger than ours does. Yes, yeah, I don't think we just had any counterplay against Rockbeard, to tell you. LeBlanc Severe, so something aggressive. It could be right to keep Blue Sentinel because this was likely to trade it off early. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep the Zilean too, though. The Predict to help us get set up sounds nice. Double Zilean early is really strong.
Go get the shiny devil.
Blue is like me, except very different in every way.
Gets me every time, chat. Oh, Chippy. Oh, Chippy. Are there any established, what's the word I'm searching for? I think I just want Chip here as another Chip here as a blocker. Are there any established Zilean decks in the format press a pick, or not really? Mostly just fringe play.
Places to go, people to be.
Can you link what you think? It's just not what I... Can you link me? What do you mean it's not what I want? Is it a combo deck? It's probably a combo deck, right?
Another thing to climb.
Ugh. I'm gonna say okay, and I'm gonna throw away Zilean inside of combat here.
You again?
Boom, boom, boom.
And then we'll play another Zilean out. So there's no, so that's not like, I feel like answering the infinite combo deck is a sidestep to my question. There's no fair actual Zilean deck, right? There's just this weird cheesy thing that will probably get patched out of the game. Bacardi's not terrible. That lets me kill Severe. And then Ground Slam kills LeBlanc, technically.
Pride was my end, as it will be yours.
Zilean Echo's a thing. Yeah, this is like an awful win rate, though, right? That was one of the ones that like popped up in the meta report a couple times, had like a 45 or 44% win rate or something like that.
What's behind the story?
That might fit what I'm looking for, though. It's probably pretty feel smarty.
Rock solid.
It's very feel smart, yeah. Alright, so I think I'm supposed to put the Sand Spinner into Severe to play around. Does this deck play the +3/+1 spell? Am I supposed to play around this gaining an extra toughness here? Is that a thing? Yes? Okay. I think I'm gonna throw Zilean into this one. Because I don't mind if he dies, because I have third Zilean in hand. Yeah, it still gives 1/1 though, Lacarp. Still a little spike short here. And unfortunate. So we can throw Zilean away on a chump block and then deploy another one and then hopefully chain some time bombs next turn.
When they run.
That's an Ashkin deck. an action deck.
Surprised to see me. It's a living.
I'm Chip. I know the mountain.
Oh, this is gonna gain.
Boom, boom, boom.
This is gonna gain quick attack because this is gonna level after these hit. That's brutal. Well, this is still the play, I guess, but it's not great for us.
Blood or gold, I've always get my share.
Okay. It's what we're talking about, champ. Alright, and I have 8 mana next turn, thanks to blue. So we can drop the time bomb to start and see where we end up at.
Who gets tossed?
Okay, but she dies to the time bomb next turn if they don't have another one, right?
Bright future, just as I've always known it would be.
I know what I'm worth.
Okay. Come on, Spike, give him the horns.
If it's made of sand, I can ride it.
That's right. Run!
What now?
Well,
Hunt down. Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
so the question is, do they have a way to save her when we challenge her this round? Good chance they do. I'm gonna challenge her with my weakest thing since I can pump with Shapestone in case they have Shapestone. And I'd prefer this die if they have like a... Alright.
Honor is the rust on a dull blade.
Last National May buys me a new sail.
Okay. Oh, I had lethal with the Yeah. All right. Well, now we're gonna get combo killed to deserve it.
You again?
All right. Looks like we're okay. It's been a long day, champ.
First let the blood, then stop the heart.
No, we're actually dead, right? No, I can play this as a blocker. Or I can stun something? No, I just stun this, right? Actually, I pass because I can stun this and then Malphite eats her, right? Oh, this is vulnerable. We are in fact just dead, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate. I missed like the last turn without this. All right. At any rate, thanks everybody for hanging out through the other stream today. Remember, this segment was sponsored by Prime Gaming, so shout out to them. If you want to check out Runeterra, they just had one of their biggest balance patches ever, as well as another card expansion. You can get a free Epic Wild card with your Prime Gaming subscription there. Makes a 4/5 and you block severe, right? No, chat, I was at 5 and I had a 4/3 in hand and my Malphite was vulnerable. So if I play my blocker, they hook the Malphite with the 3/3, the 3/1, and then I had another thing. But even if I had the other, I could make the 5/5. Yeah. If I had 4 mana and Bacardi Spinner, we could have lived there. But that's not what we have. Yeah, people are mixing up Bacardi Spinner with the other one. All right. At any rate, I'll be back tomorrow morning, and I will see all you then. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Thursday wherever you're at. Peace, folks.